What's up, YouTube? And we are live. We're going live with TikTok too here. Just double checking my settings here. I think we're good. All right, we're gonna test out the new Sonic model in Cursor. I forget how to do that, but I'm gonna get the doc here for the YouTube. Okay. Make sure this is open. Cool. And all right. Cool. Yes. All right. So there's a new AI model out. I believe it's from XAI. That's what the people say. But for some reason, I don't. Open project. I don't want to. I just want to talk to it in like a chat. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Mo? We're trying to figure out this Sonic model here. I guess I have to open up a project. All right, I'll just open up we'll open up my data. Okay, sweet. What is up, everyone? We're testing out Sonic, brand new AI, possibly from XAI. Oh wait, we had two things going here, my bad. Well, either way, we can use it like this. We're not gonna do agent mode, we're just gonna kind of use it in like chat mode so that I can use it the way I want to. But, what's up, everyone? Let's keep pushing here. Let's get my ChatGPT 5 open. Get Grok. We'll just keep it there. Keep it simple. What's going on, everyone? All right. So let's see if Sonic is any good, and we'll just also get the project opened up in another folder here. We need our usual thing here too, because you know what? I think I didn't have my mic on. But now I do. So you guys can hear me better now. Okay. We're testing the new Sonic model. We're still trying to work this project that I was doing yesterday about the reverse engineering the WebSocket data. We did collect a good amount of data, but I don't necessarily know if that's going to help us at all because it's not. Okay, let's see what happened here. Code interpreter session expired. Okay. Okay, so they already ran this, and I guess there's. Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. Okay, that's kind of stupid. So when you have this, okay, well, I'll just get full 1.py file. Okay. I'm extremely curious to how well this can code and also, I guess, come up with algorithmic strategies here. So let's just do a nice little test here. If you were to create the best algo trading strategy, let's break this down into its core primitives and think about the core math physics we need to look at and other. Won't take one day, brother. Oh no. That's why we're taking it one day at a time. But yeah, we're building out our research internal tools so that we have consistent edge finding tools. So this will be a long-term internal tool to help us extract edge from the market. Essentially, it's going to be like a data collecting operation where we can bend through the ringer. It took me around 3 years. Okay. No, I feel you, man. Yeah, it definitely. I don't expect to. Obviously, you have to run something live and thoroughly test a strategy once you've gone through all your research. But yeah, Kronk, that's cool, man. Yeah, it takes a long time to get your edge, and then you gotta constantly be finding new edge because that edge might have already expired or decayed or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we're making our internal tools here to help with the process of finding edge. So in theory, this will be just constantly running on an asset that we want to trade. It's almost like a backtest, but this is slightly different in the sense that it's looking at a lot of different things. And it's obviously not the raw tick data. We're not just collecting raw tick data. We're kind of doing feature engineering, but feature engineering in a way that will show us what math to use to trade this asset. Where did you write your code? I used AI to write the code. I use AI to write code. Hello, grief. We wrote this code yesterday on live, so it's about 2,000 lines. One does data collection, the other one is going to, we have the code right here, and we're going to run it. Have you made profits? Hey bro, day 3, seeing on live, how's it been? Hey Chris, what's up guys? We haven't made profits yet, if that's that we were wanting Cogentia. We're trying to test out Sonic. We want to see what kind of capabilities that this has. We're gonna see how well it is at making trading algorithms. We're gonna use it as an ask. Is it running locally? No, Sonic is, I think you can only use it in these agentic platforms like Cursor right now. I think it's from XAI, so it's a new AI. All this coding still to have a sub 60 win rate because all you're trading these mechanically. But we don't have any sort of win rate numbers just yet. We haven't launched an official algorithm yet. We're still doing other things before we're there. All right, let's see what this comes up with here. I asked it like if you were to make the world's best trading algorithm, like let's break that down into the primitives and like what would you, okay, so you are and everyone else is going to lose in the market. We probably will lose something for sure, dude. That's the cost of testing your strategies. But we could also win too. So basically analyzes the market and buys and sells for you. If that's what you're asking about, like what is a trading algorithm? Yes, a trading algorithm essentially just analyzes the market and then creates a signal to buy, sell, exit a trade, other different types. We're staying positive, Chris. We love the pushback here. We're gonna lose completely. This is a complete waste of time. I'm joking, guys. We're out here every day. This is my passion. I love doing this stuff. We got a new AI, guys. This means I have a new capability. Hopefully it's good. Look, this is one of those spaces where it's like mixed in with trading And it's like also there's a lot of scamming going on with like these trading algos. So I need to all in on Doge. This AI is clueless. Is it clueless based on examining sophisticated algorithm transfer based? It might just be good at coding. It has order flow and bet. So I know for a fact. Oh, it's already reading my code. That's an issue. Do you want to install the recommended Python extension for? Okay. Training algorithm in Python. Yes, exactly. I don't know what's going on. I've never really used Cursor too extensively. So I think I've corrupted, it didn't get corrupted, but it actually looked into my code files already. So that's why it sees this OFI L1, L2, L3. And this code path here was, it's looking at my data analysis script here, which looks at OFI. Okay, so the core primitives of algorithm. So your code already implements these beautifully. Order flow imbalance, bid ask spread, Q imbalance, Kyle's lambda, volume price impact. So VPIN for sure always comes up. Is AI coding actually helpful in productivity? 100%. I work 1,000 times quicker by using AI. Okay? There's absolutely zero. No files found to data analysis. Okay, this didn't work out. Hold on. Is it real time? Yes, 100%. A trading algorithm would use what is called a WebSocket data stream. That's what I would use to connect. Try a Z-score probability indicator using HMA, EMA instead of price action. I know what you're saying, Z-score, and like that's kind of like a normalization type thing. And there are some, what is the best AI coding agent? I've used Claude. I don't know. I don't really use agentic, but maybe Sonic is the best one now. We don't know. We have to test it. Have you tried Grok 4 for coding? Yeah, I've tried Grok 4. Yeah. If so, do you think Grok 4 is good at certain things with coding, but GPT-5 will give you more consistent code that runs like right out the box. So, can you code ICT 2022 mentorship in it? In theory, I could. Am I going to? No. I pretend I know that engineers say on my sales call. I'm going to pretend like I know. Hell yeah. We just gotta pretend, dude. As long as you pretend, then you'll absorb some knowledge. But are you not doing high frequency? You're doing mid. 100%. We're not doing high frequency. I don't even know if we're gonna do mid frequency. We're probably just gonna do low frequency. 30 seconds to 30 minutes is our projected edge. That's what we're kind of looking for. Why don't you use more performant language? We don't need to. Python is the best language for what I'm doing. If I wanted to do high frequency, then yes, we would need to we would need like Rust or something. That's all good. Yeah. Not high frequency. We're looking at 30 seconds to 30 minutes. That's what the script is looking for. We're trying to find an edge or some mathematical edge to us. Okay, yeah. We're trying to figure this out, guys. So I guess it ran it. So this is an old version of my script, and I just wanted to see what we could get from this data, but it looks like, let's see. Did you find out about the data? So GPT-5 already did this sort of data analysis on the platform here. So it has a report, and it can already look into that. So we might just be able to wipe this project out and start new with the new code that I had made earlier. So we have this new code here. I believe this is the new code. Yeah, it should just be 2 files here. Okay. Yep, so we have this new code to test out. Have you heard of most RSI indicator? I've heard of RSI. I don't know about the most part. It's probably just like a spin-off of RSI. We're looking at slightly different things in RSI. That's more of like a K-line indicator. We're looking more at like order flow and balance. If you know, you know. What do we got here? We got someone on YouTube too. Okay. What server are you using? For trading, or I'm just using my computer to run this code? I don't necessarily have a server. Day trader here, how hard is it to get into Quant Dev? Honestly, if you go back and look at my stuff, we're just kind of just talking AI, making code with AI. You really kind of just need to be able to run the code. Like if you know how to run Python code and know how to, and know how to think about that localhost. At which method you have trading expertise? Just with software, I guess. I don't know what you're saying. Tom, I've traded with the charts before, but are you for hire? You know it, dude. I'm a quant out here ready for hire. We do quant consulting. If y'all have the money and you want me to, stop doing my edge, I could start making your edge. But quants aren't cheap, my man. To stop me from doing all this stuff here would be, it's not cheap. I want to build a website with AI that has to do with the stock market. Okay, I could definitely do that. But I'm not, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to do that, okay? And I'm mostly I can do web dev stuff. Yeah, G Capital, you can DM me and we can talk offline about your project for sure. Yeah, man, I'm here to help. Like I can do the dev work. But right now, this is more about like trading algorithm, like super quant dev. What are you building? Well, at the end of the day, we're testing Sonic, but we're building my idea was that we could reverse engineer the edge from the WebSocket data. So we're collecting data, not necessarily like feature engineering, but we're collecting a bunch of different data. And then we have a script that will give us a compact representation of all of this data. And that representation, what is Sonic? Yeah, Sonic is the new XAI coding model. That is right here, it's Sonic. It's, we're just trying to like do some data analysis on stocks. Okay, liquidity, you're at the right place, man. That's exactly what we're doing. I don't know what you mean by AI agent, but we can definitely make an AI trading bot that uses neural net. Yeah, but Sonic is XAI's new AI. Forget my code. What do you think that? I don't know if I can chat to it like the way that I want to. What software are you using to stream? I'm using TikTok Studio. You have to have Windows to do that. What just happened there? Hello? Okay, we're good. Liquidity, look up N8N and Lovable. What, have you worked in the industry at all? No. We're doing the retail at the highest level here. So it's not, can you make a bit that automatically sets support and resistance? Yeah, that's we're on cursor. What do you mean? We're literally we're on cursor trying Sonic. That's the whole thing. We're on cursor with Sonic right here. So I'm testing what it thinks here. Okay, you're absolutely right to look for a fresh perspective. That's what we're trying to test out here. We're trying to get a gauge at how good it is. Like, it's pretty quick, so it's probably a smaller model. No, I don't have any AI courses. The best AI course you're gonna get is go on to ChatGPT 5 and start asking ChatGPT 5 about that stuff. That's the best course. General LM models for quant trading seems a little silly, no? When you say general LLM, you're kind of like throwing shade to GPT-5. He's not general. He's highly intelligent. He's doing novel mathematics at the highest level. He's writing code at the highest level. He's no general. Sonic is mid. Is GPT-4 level? Oh, is it? It's fast? Okay, that's what I was saying. It's really fast. And the idea is, does it give good code? Question, do you know anything about like cybersecurity certs? I do know something about cybersecurity certs, but that's like just to get a job in. Is Super Grok any good? It's good for certain things. If you want some crazy out there idea, it will go there. It will go quantum level thinking. But okay, let's see. So sample size 65,000, 1 second bars. Unconditional edge is negative. It gets worse as age grows. Oh, great. So this would, let's see, what does that? Pure taker strategies don't pencil here at these costs. Maker side looks more promising. Rebate. Maybe Sonic's good to explain a file quick, but I don't recommend. Okay. What are some projects you're working on, Michael? We're working on, currently we're just doing on this reverse engineering project. I've worked on a ton of trading algorithm stuff with AI, normal stuff. I've done it all. I've run every single JavaScript framework. I've done a lot of coding projects. But we mainly asking because I would like to move forward on a security. Okay, I just don't know which certs. Yeah, obviously you're gonna have to tailor that to what job you want. So I would find the job you want, copy that, ask AI what certs do you need. You worked in HFE? No. We're doing this at the retail level. Why are algo teams so damn demanding? Because you're like, when you're in an institution, there are some laws, there's some regulations, and it's like the core moneymaker, right? That's the core moneymaker for them. Those algos can go sour real quick. When they're high frequency trading and it's doing bad, like you lose a bunch of money real quick. Our majority of algorithms end up being profitable when I would say majority of them are not profitable. It's not easy to get profitable. The Jane Street puzzle, if you want to learn quant. Okay. The Jane Street puzzle. But we're not learning quant, we're making trading algorithms. We're quant deving. We're not even doing that. We're trying to figure this out. Okay, it looks like this can be totally scrapped. Let's see, is there any other data we can pull the CSV, or should we scrap and start over with new data collection? Are quants cooked? No, I don't know. No one's cooked. Everyone will still have their job, even if AI is like 10 times better at it. At the end of the day, they're probably gonna need less quants because it just takes one person to prompt on GPT-5 to get the good algorithm. Probably won't need such a demanding team. But at the end of the day, they have a lot of money to hire people, so why not have the same amount of people working with AI to get so much more production? Okay, so it looks like it's gonna run another. What is Quant? It's like, at the end of the day, what I'm doing is we're just making a software to trade the stocks for us, or futures or whatever. What is Quant? It's a CS major. Do you have a question? Yeah, Quant is just quantitative finance, and that's like a broad, overarching type thing. Yeah, Oscar, we found a bunch of good stuff. We're on the right path. We're getting there. We're documenting the journey to profitability for the software, so we'll get there. Quant is just quantitative finance, but we're quantitative trading. I guess that would be the subset of what we're doing. But at the end of the day, it's just like a lot of just data analysis, research on certain forms of data, time series data. Is it available on Coinbase? You're talking about QNT as in like the quant crypto coin? I'm not sure if you do you know about JQ? No. What is the best AI platform for writing SQL? I would just assume GPT-5 is really good at SQL. I don't really use SQL. I use CSV or Parquet files to analyze. Those are my kind of main two. And then I have LZ4 files that... Yeah, this is not really a crypto... well, it is. We're gonna make the algorithm for crypto. We're gonna be trading hype coin, but we're not necessarily... It's not... I mean, you can do this on Coinbase. Coinbase for sure, you can trade via API. But this is the asset we're going to be trading. Or at least analyzing. But yeah, great questions, guys. I think Sonic kind of sucks, just from the looks of it, and everyone kind of telling me. Full PhD paper. Yeah, of course. I have a good trading strategy. How can I code it and send it alerts when my strategy is aligned? Yeah, you're talking about like more of a human in the loop type indicator style software. Liquidity, I would just start talking to ChatGPT. What's your trading platform? How do you want to push notifications? You probably could do that with switch to auto. No, I want to ask. No, I don't want it to touch the code. I just want to talk to it and see how intelligent it is. I can't get a sense if it's just like kind of working on its own. Okay. All right. I can already tell that this is XAI. It's already going straight AI psychosis. Quantum microstructure arbitrage. Learning Python, any quick tips? Just use AI, dude. You can do so much with Python and AI. I would just start doing like data analysis stuff. Do you think quantum computers talk to other quantum computers from other universes? Yeah, like so there was like this theory where like the quantum computer is essentially like computing in a multiverse or not multiverse or some different dimension. What's up, man? What's up? Quantum computing is definitely cool, and when that's actually practical, it'll be very interesting to see what's going on. But yeah, the quantum realm. But when I ask for the best trading algorithm, you get the same response from Grok. It'll just go right to the quantum level. It's just like, why not? Why don't we go right to quantum? It's no big deal. I've heard the theory. Some CEO said that before. Yes, and in a sense, it is because it's the quantum realm is very different. It's more than likely pulling data from the other dimension. Do you work for a company? I work for the Air Force currently. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, it's really cool though. It's very, very interesting. Okay. This isn't going to help us, but for an agentic coding tool where you need to like just kind of quickly, like super quickly, honestly, I don't even remember what do we trade? We're trading hype coin. That's what we're going to look at. We're not trading it, we're just analyzing it. I know Aristotle. Yeah, that's my guy.
What site do you have to use the analyzer pull data from? Hyperliquid.xyz is where we're pulling data from. It's a free WebSocket, free public WebSocket, and yeah, we're gonna be trading this eventually. Yeah, and we also have some historical data downloaded for this coin as well. So we'll be working on the backtest. We'll be working on, but right now we're doing sort of a data collection operation here. So we're doing data collection and analyzing the data. It's kind of at the core of what we need to do here. As a quant, you're going to be just constantly looking at massive files of data, running some math over it to extract essentially the best and most compressed form of what this means here. So we got a huge file, 65,000 lines. I ran a data collection operation overnight on Hypecoin. Yeah, you got me into trading. Aristotle did? As in like the OG Aristotle? That's dope. Is this Quant? ... the crypto? No. It's not Quant the crypto. We are not a crazy Quant crypto community. We are Quant devs. This is Quant dev. Okay. Edges defined as, okay. We find that unconditional edge is negative and no taker will survive risk and cost we're getting at the prevailing fee model. Okay, we might have overdone, what's the difference between a crypto coin and the practice of creating trading algorithms? I think one's a crypto coin and one is like, encompasses a lot of math and coding. You love QNT? Okay. Am I just getting the QNT? It's just Quant. I'm sure they're doing very similar things, like they're running trading algorithms and stuff. Okay. So for some reason, is there nothing explaining that what? Oh, it's okay. Tech Omega. Hopefully I explained it. Quant versus QNT. What is QNT here? I've heard of it. I wanted to see where it is on the leaderboard. QNT. So I know numeri is kind of interesting. Do you know about the YouTuber called Lit Nomad, who was a former quant trader himself? No, I have not heard about Lit Nomad, but he sounds lit. And he sounds very knowledgeable. But is he sharing like this sort of process? Like, this is really, we're getting down into the code and the math. And we're trying to do productive things. I don't see, oh, there it is, Quant. Number 66. Is this just like a hedge fund? What are they even doing here? What are we doing here? The infrastructure of money. Oh wow. Oh, wow. About Quant. Innovation. Oh wow. Something happened. Ambition, trust, adapting, respect. All right, these guys are Quant. This is the Quant team. I'm Incel, me, your course. Yeah, you want my course? Yeah, well, we're doing everything live and sharing everything for free right now. So the thing is, you'll have to go through like 100 hours of YouTube video. I have YouTubes that I've recorded all my stuff. So you could technically get the course for free, but I'll package it nicely one day. Quant dev trading quant coin on the quant team. We're just quant, dude. We're quanting. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like they're just some crypto project. It's a blockchain at the end of the day, so it's not necessarily what I'm doing. It's about transferring money. Yeah, programmable money. Yeah, it's a blockchain. So most blockchains like payment transaction stuff. What's up, Two Shot Scott? I'm right here at Dylan Siegel. Right here, dude. Long in the QQQ, Chris. Yeah, did the market end up down? What happened to the market today? I know we're getting sidetracked. We're definitely trying to, okay, we're gonna completely scrap this file. This is not helping us. We're gonna start a new data collection operation, something that will do better. We'll also look at the market in a second. Okay. Okay, they're gonna delete one, and then we're gonna open this one. They're gonna go run. We're gonna just delete that file. That literally was not helping us. We were, it just told us that the maker, maybe he was trying to trade too much or something, or I'm just gonna probe it a little bit more before we get rid of it, just to see if we can get a little more context. But right now it's like, yeah, don't do a maker strategy. But at the end of the day, that's not at all what we were wanting. So at some point there is a miscommunication here. We're looking for software that does something completely different than what it actually told us here. We are looking for something a little bit, yeah, I mean, this seems like what we're looking for, but microstructure is tighter and taker unfriendly in the sample, converting fees to spread. Maybe it was like highly focused on a market making strategy, and that's why it's telling me that a market strategy won't work. Boiling down to what the math, okay. Math layers is stack, last box trading. I mean, we already kind of know about this. Okay. Why use ChatGPT instead of Cursor? We have Cursor right here. I get better results by doing my method here. If I'm out of the loop, you'll get a stray thought that will just derail what you really want. When it prompts itself, you can't get as sophisticated. Let's just say that, okay? If you want crazy good results, you need to be there holding its hand, guiding it every step of the way. If you let it just go off and do whatever you want, you will get that sort of result where it's like you have no idea what you really wanted, so you just like let it do itself. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna keep, bro, I have a crazy good ICT strategy, but I don't know how to code a backtest myself. Can you help? Yeah, Gabo, I could do that. This is exactly what the community does here. We use software to trade. Trying to learn C to build my AI. What's up, dude? You know. I wish you luck, Ruby, on that endeavor. You know, it's a hot space, so Web3 for sure. Yeah, Gabo, I could help you do it. I mean, I'm teaching everyone how to do that type of stuff for free right now, so you could learn. I can tell you all the conditions, I just need someone to know how to run it. My man, I would just get everything into like a paragraph, like get everything super descriptive, and then also have like constraints, like, oh, I have to trade on this platform. Get all the data into a text sheet and then literally just copy paste that in a ChatGPT and then start the conversation there with him. Because at the end of the day, it's pretty simple to run the code. So that's kind of what we teach everyone. If you have a strategy you want to thoroughly backtest, do you use DigitalOcean server? I do not. I'm not actually sure what that is, liquidity. Both line, the data does predict direction a bit, but not enough to beat taker costs. Okay. So I'm learning here that when we are testing or we're trying to reverse engineer the edge, no matter what, we're just guessing we're kind of guessing what feature engineering we're doing. It's not guessing, but it's like, we're just like throwing out a bunch of feature engineering and then we're just like kind of looking back, oh, did that. So, okay. Engineer. Hey, thanks for the follows, guys. Let's summarize why the script failed to reverse engineer the edge like I wanted. Where did we go wrong here? Because that's what I wanted. I didn't want to just like test some random. AI won't generate alpha. How else do you generate alpha, Tony? Do you have an alpha generation strategy? I only have IntelliJ on my Mac. Do you think it's good for C++? If you have a Mac in general, you can do C++. I don't know if IntelliJ will be. You probably just need VS Code and. Actually, I don't know. C++ is kind of difficult to work with. On Windows, it's not straightforward, so I don't know how the Mac environment for that is. If I'm doing C++, it's like a CUDA file, and it's connected into my Python, so it actually makes it a little bit easier for me to work with. So, AI won't generate alpha. I mean, that's okay, man. That's okay. That's an opinion. I have another opinion on that. So, postmortem, why the script didn't reverse engineer the edge the way you wanted? What went wrong? There isn't a taker edge in the data. Okay. The unconditional spread normalized markouts are negative, instinctively so that the raw target is underwater. The miner is swimming upstream from the start. What's your hypothesis? I don't have a hypothesis, sir. We have extracted edge and we have someone who's extremely good at mathematics, and we can literally extract unlimited edge from ChatGPT. I can layer hundreds, and it's literally an unlimited amount of edge that I can extract from ChatGPT. All you need to extract edge is to be very good at mathematics and be very good at outputting code. And I've tested many, many edges, and all the code is run. Some of the edge wasn't performing well, but we're analyzing the data now, okay, to hone in on the edge. It's not a hypothesis, sir. We've done this over and over and over again. I show people live. We're literally trying to reverse engineer the edge. Sir, this is the core of what our software needs to do. We need to reverse engineer the edge from a WebSocket stream. So if this doesn't generate alpha, then we will reverse engineer the alpha and edge. So there's different ways to think about it. Okay. We price rules against taker. Okay, so for some reason, it's hyper-focused on this taker, and we probably okay. So we're swimming upstream, statistical power was thin, but the gate was strict. See, this is a very typical thing when someone know how to use AI, some get stuck using AI. Yeah, edging to you, hope this appreciate the edging, guys. We're definitely reverse engineering the edge. Yeah, if you know how to use AI, I'm sure you haven't, Tony, I'm sure you haven't talked to AI in the way that I talk to AI. You just got to talk to AI. Which API are you using? We're using, to collect data for this script, we're going to be using hyperliquid.xyz. It's got a free WebSocket you guys can use. And then, yeah, you get some good data. Are you coding or AI? Well, yeah, we're definitely AI coding for sure. I cannot code 2,000 lines of code on stream. It would be very boring and nothing would ever get done. So we're using AI to code for sure. We're working very quickly. The end goal of this is to reverse and have a data analysis script that reverse engineers the edge. That's our overall goal. As in, we're trying to just collect data that will give us an idea of what math is predicting. No, we're not curve fitting. What do you even mean by that? We're reverse engineering the edge at the purest form, sir. Have you tried alpacas? Yeah, I do have an alpaca debt finance account. We'll get into that eventually. I think they're one of the better ones where you can just use like any software you want. You just need to connect to the API. We'll do. Hey, what's up, Chaser? We're still working on the reverse engineering script. Like we're trying to get actual good data from it. We kind of failed to get good data from the last one. Basically, we had good monoticity with the feature engineering, but apparently it wasn't good enough, and there was some sort of thing with the after taker cost was. Yeah, we're getting closer. So we're making all those internal tools that we're going to need to use to have a continual pipeline of training algorithm. So this is probably step one. Is just like, okay, narrow our focus on which math to look for. Well, if that's what you think we're doing, Tony, then we're just going to curve fit and extract the edge. Okay, but I think it's a little bit more advanced than what you're thinking. We're definitely doing some forward-looking data analysis because at the end of the day, how do I know if an indicator was predicting the price 30 minutes ahead? You have to kind of look ahead and match those two up, right? So you need X-ant predictive power. Yeah, I mean, we can. You wanna know what we're about to do here? We have a new script that we're gonna run, so we'll get it summarized. It's not really backtesting though. We're reverse engineering. It's a completely different idea than backtesting. Backtesting is you have a strategy you want to just like fully test. We're actually looking for what math is predicting best, in theory. But I kind of wanted to do it a little bit different than that. But we're almost there, Tony. We're almost aligned. But I can get you like a better idea. This 1,000 lines of code is what we're going to run. So if you can read this is kind of what we're going to get per bar. So we're going to do time, prices, depth, trade flow, ring OFI, queues, impact risk, volatility, micro events, latency quality, shock. That's kind of all what we're going to be data analyzing. College is going to be out of style. College is already out of style. Are you familiar with incorporating machine learning? Yes. Yeah. Just start learning PyTorch. Get an NVIDIA GPU like a 5070 Ti, and then just start messing around with PyTorch. It's going to be your best bet. That's going to be pretty good. All right, sure, yes, it's a super solid upgrade. Yeah, okay. Maker focus edge discovery. That said, ship with a few small but important fixes. Okay, okay. Are you okay, I already answered that one. We're crushing through here. Sonic was kind of a no-go, unfortunately. It went straight to quantum. It wants a quantum algorithm. All right, we're out of that. We're out of the quantum algorithm already. Okay, so the concrete reverse engineering pipeline, what we do with your data. So define actions and cost per call. I am highly skeptical on, I really want to just like kind of analyze without the costs, but we can still keep the costs in there. Calibrate signals, probabilities, build isotonic reliability curves, okay? Build thresholds that achieve target, blah, 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 mine and rank class, of course. Okay, and then we're going to emit a trade policy. But, so you're data snooping. Yeah, we're doing data analysis, sir. Can you say the name of that machine learning program? PyTorch is just it's like an industry standard Python library. I believe it's run by Meta or something, I don't know. But PyTorch. I'll type in attach PyTorch. PyTorch. That's going to be your best bet for machine learning, everything. Yeah, I got you, dude, of course. PyTorch. And then you'll go to PyTorch and download it. You ready? This is how I download it. So you go to pytorch.org. I happen to use Preview Nightly with CUDA 12.9, and I copy this, and then bam. Well, let's actually download it here into my, so we'll download it right here. Bro, why are you coming at this dude? Chill. Tony, it's okay. Let me waste my time. Let me waste the time, okay? Data snooping leads to overfitting. I think you're misunderstanding the whole concept of this script. We want to get a bunch of data and then look ahead for what indicators we're predicting the future. Okay? I don't know any other way. You have to kind of look ahead in order to know, okay, at this signal, what happened in the future. So and don't worry, we know about overfitting, my man. We are professionals at not overfitting. We do the gold standard. I don't think you need to worry about my data analysis. We are professional quant dev here doing things at the highest level. Okay. Full. Studio delete not, wait, what? Did you try any pure price action strats? Not much of AI to do there. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're kind of working out the CPU-based math. Actually, I'm not sure what you're asking. Price action strategies? Yeah, we're not doing AI right now, if that's what you're saying. And we're doing pure price action. We're looking at the purest form of price action, which is order book and tick level data. Yeah, I've tried Claude Code. I've tried it. But we don't use it because we get better results using this. So, yeah, unfortunately, we are GPT-5 in the no you don't. More like higher high market structure or traps. Okay, you're thinking a little bit different. You're thinking more like as a human. You're thinking more human strategy, I would say. We're looking at more computer-based, like we're using order flow and balance. We're reading raw ticks that come in. We're looking at a lot of different things in order to predict the price. You try Claude Code now. You do it. Yeah, I love TikTok. They love coming in here and telling me I'm wasting my time. You need to know the code. There's a couple repeating patterns to there's a couple repeating patterns to the people that come in here and like trying to tell me what to do. Like, I'm just doing this, okay? Thanks, Crash. I don't know when you sent that, but appreciate the heart. Okay. Yeah, so I guess these are the feature engineering that will tell us the edge. But look, this is what are you working on? We're working on a script that will quote unquote, possibly, with a sign of, we're trying to reverse engineer the edge from the WebSocket data for Hypecoin. So we're trying to get some sort of data. We're going to run a data analysis script, and it's going to print out the strategy, like an algorithmic strategy that would be the most profitable. Do you ever see you doing those? If not, why not? You don't mind elaborating? What? Looking at signal and then checking what happened in the future inside your data set is ex post. Okay. Well, if that's what we need to do to reverse engineer the edge, then I'm sure we're doing that. But at the end of the day, we're getting this new code file, and I'll let you know what we're going to do here. okay? But it looks like we're just doing a data analysis or a data collection here. We're gonna get VPIN, OFI, tick-aware, spread snip. We're getting a bunch of data from the run file, and then look is more than likely what you wanna know about, because this is where the analysis is going to happen. I will, if you stick around, we will get into this giant code file here, which is 700 lines of code. Let's see what this is doing. If you can read this, that's new high leverage addition. So those are just additions. Okay, okay. I'll just ask Grok, summarize what this data analysis tool is doing. We got you. Tony, you stick around, man. I got you, dude. We will figure out what this script is doing. At the end of the day, most of my coding stuff is like, I know what I want to get out of the software, and I focus highly on getting the software to be very productive. I know a lot of coders and people get stuck on just, typing away and like thinking too deeply about things. We're all about, does the software produce what we want? And then once it is doing it, then we double check that the work is accurate. So we work very quickly. No, Tony wants to know what kind of data. So this Python script named look.py is a data analysis tool designed to process and condense financial market data, likely 1 second bar data from order books and trades stored in a CSV. It focuses on analyzing a trade signal or predictor, primarily based on order flow imbalance or ring features across book depth levels for a specified symbol called hype. The goal is to compute high leverage metrics like predictive edges, expected price moves normalized by spread, risk assessments, reliability scores, and regime-specific insights over multiple time horizons. Example, 30 seconds to 1800 seconds. It uses statistical techniques like stationary bootstrapping for confidence intervals, ridge regression for feature impacts, and quantile binning for reliability curves. Sir, Tony, are you familiar with any of this stuff? This is what we're doing here. So that kind of summarizes it. It literally uses statistical techniques like stationary bootstrapping for confidence intervals, ridge regression for feature impacts, and quantile binning for reliability curves. That's at the core. At the core, is that what we're doing? Does that overfit, or is that, I can ask Grok if it's going to overfit. So we're loading data, we're doing shock detection, we're doing core metric computations. We're looking at all these different things, quality and diagnostic metrics, dependencies and configuration, we're using that. Okay, purpose, this tool is tailored for high frequency trading or market making analysis, evaluating the predictive power of order book and balance ring. Okay, so this might be an issue. Well, okay, that might just be this AI's opinion. Does this overfit? Because that's at the core what we want to know. Is it overfit? So this script has several mechanisms to mitigate overfitting, but whether it overfits depends on the data, its noise level, and how the results are used. So, ooh, wow, it's getting real laggy there. That's interesting. So we're not overfitting. The script implements several techniques to mitigate overfitting, such as ridge regularization in the ring kernel, stationary bootstrapping for confidence intervals, resampling with block hints to preserve time series structure, and sign stability checks across subsamples, fitting on 6 equal windows to assess coefficient consistency. These help reduce the risk of fitting noise in the historical data. Tony, I hope I answered your question about what the script is doing. At the end of the day, we're going to run it, and we're going to see if we get the good data out of it. We don't actually, at the core, I just want to execute my idea. I'm the orchestrator. AI is fully understanding, okay? It understood what I want, and it's going to give me its best attempt at giving that. So this is run. So there is an issue up here. I already see that, but we can fix that. We can fix that indentation. All right, now we're going to look at this. Ensure this script will work with the new data collection and our reverse engineering the edge and finding math to use to trade. Cool. I hope everyone's questions was answered. But yeah, some people don't realize you can do extremely sophisticated like data analysis with AI. And you don't need to worry about overfitting because it already knows everything about that. And it's doing 10 different things to mitigate the overfit data so that, but at the end of the day, the data that I get and all this stuff, I will double, triple check. I will go back and be like, okay, what could have gone wrong here? What kind of data analysis? We're looking at WebSocket data, and we're doing like a bunch of feature engineering here, and we're trying to see what math could predict. We're just trying to have a guiding, we're trying to reverse engineer the edge of WebSocket data. That's at the core. And literally, what data analysis do you want, dude? Like, because at this point, we're just doing this data analysis, but you could literally do whatever data analysis you could think of. We're just happening to do quant dev data analysis. That's what we're doing. Appreciate the follows. Wow. That's what's up, guys. You're following the quant dev. Why not use Cursor? I don't get good results from Cursor. And also, yeah. So the thing is, I have a special way of doing things. I want the AI to always know my full code base in its mind. I don't know how Cursor is doing things behind the scenes. I engineer the context for the AI. I get better results by hand tuning everything and knowing where things fall off so I can work it around. Like, there's reasons why I'm not using the agentic platforms. It's because I do get better results. And also, I don't have to have another subscription. Bull? Question mark? Bullish? Bearish? Did you not like that I don't use Cursor? Is that what you're saying? Olgario Flores. Look, I get better. Webull. Oh, Webull. Yeah, I do have Webull, but I don't think, does Webull have their API stuff yet? Because that would be dope. I know it was like coming. Webull API training. See, I have it right here. Okay, so there is a way to do it. See, the thing is, it was new, and they're not really focused on that. So it's not going to be the best. Oh, okay. Full port, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, Webull's cool. Webull is like definitely a really great app. What data provider you use? What you trying to do? MJ, we are using hyperliquid.xyz. It's like a blockchain crypto exchange, and we're just looking at Hypecoin. So we're inputting the WebSocket data, which is order book and tick level data. We're doing a bunch of feature engineering, collecting a giant CSV file, and then we're gonna run a data analysis script on it to extract potentially the trading algorithm layers to profitably trade this. So that's kind of summarize what we're trying to do. But we're just doing data analysis. What data? Yeah, still holding and adding. Dope, man, dope. That's what's up, dude. Olegario Flores, crushing it with his full port. Can you explain quant stocks high level? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific on that. A quant stock, like a company that does quant, like maybe like Jane Street. I go by Ole. Oh, Ole, okay. Ole, that's what's up. Ole, I'm not too sure. Do you want me to explain what I'm doing with quant deving, or do you want me to explain stocks that are doing this for professionally? Yeah, but why do you need full order book? So you don't need the full order book. You don't need like L3 level qubit. Okay. You don't need the full order book. You need at least like maybe like 10 levels is probably enough to do what we're doing here. But yeah, you need the order book because it shows you where at the most fundamental thing, order flow imbalance looks at the order book, where is the imbalance, and that's usually where the price, you need order book data, okay? Hopefully that explained it, but you definitely need order book data because it shows you where the price is going to end up in very short term. Like if you're high frequency trading and you could execute really quickly, then you could easily profit. How and where can you get the order book from stocks and options? Okay, I can't find a good provider. I know you have to pay for that data, but if you want to practice what I'm doing for free and get really great data, Hyperliquid, Binance. No, I don't use trading. I use TradingView to look at the charts, but I don't use it for anything other than that. Super charts, yeah. Give me a chart. There we go. I use it just for looking like at the market casually. So L2, yeah, but unless you're gonna scalp that edge decay stuff. Yeah, so MJ, we are trying to layer on some math that will give us an edge when it comes to that decay. But if you can predict the price in the next 100 milliseconds, and then you continually do that, there's a way to give yourself an edge there. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that data. If you have a lot of money, just go ahead and pay someone to give you that data. You could pay the exchange. The NASDAQ, NYSE, they all have that data available for you. Does the gym video, I forgot his name. I appreciate you, man. I don't know which gym guy you're talking about, but we're just quant deving here. We're definitely not gym content. Yeah, let's get back to this. See if we can. Let's see if we can't fix what's going on here. So summarize what the script is trying to do. High level understanding. So we're going to summarize how to break into quant. It's going to be an impossible task. You're going to need to go to, you're going to need some connections. You're going to need to be really good at math. But you can do it at home on your own for, why don't you just go with tick data since it's more suitable for, yeah, MJ, we are using tick data. We're using order book and tick data. So order book and trades, which is the tick data. We're using both. Yeah. When I say WebSocket data, at its core, it's the order book probably, and you subscribe to how many levels you want, and it's tick data, and it's other things, whatever you want, like the funding rate and other things like that. Use Rust. Yeah, Alexander, we're not doing high frequency. But I would use Rust if I were doing high frequency for sure. I'd probably design the system in Python and then convert it to Rust afterwards. That's a solid plan because you can, prototype with Python way quicker and then dive really deep onto what was the order book data for crypto you mentioned? Something liquid. Yeah, liquid.xyz. It's a blockchain that I'm able to trade on it, so that's why I'm using their data. You can get it from Binance. But if you're trying to how can I pivot to quant dev? I'm a software engineer. Yeah, man, all you need to do is start at its core, you're just trying to make a profitable trading algorithm. So you can learn about that. Yeah, of course, guys. Riddick. You can pivot. Well, you can't, if you're trying to pivot professionally in corporate, I'm not the guy to know about that. But if you're trying to pivot as in do like cool side projects, and I'm the guy, like doing everything at the highest level here for retail. Okay. So, my two scripts cooperate. Run is, build strictly causal 1 hertz microstructure bars, which, okay, I'm not sure if we want bars, but let's see. Q dynamic shocks, latency, deliberately time delays bars by an adaptive amount to avoid look ahead from network jitter and then writes out, okay. Yeah, most of the things I'm doing here will not be corporate style. This is gonna be as a retail trader, this is gonna be the highest level sort of code and software that we can do. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to be the best at retail, which is, of course, going to be limited in the way it does things. Okay, 2 scripts, cooperate, consumes those bars, reverse engineers to tradable edge measured. Okay, so this seems to be a little bit more aligned. So infer a directional expectation, edge, from recent order book dynamics that remain valid causally, no future leakage, and after execution costs. Unit of P&L, effective spread at decision time, markouts are normalized by the contemporary spread. So signals are venue asset agnostic. Follow my guy, appreciate you, dude. I'm a CPA, but love data. Yeah. Ole, this is like at the core of what we're doing is just like a lot of data analysis, specifically just like time series data. But it reaches mathematics, it reaches all sorts of, it reaches every little area when it comes to like coding. And yeah, it's just the most interesting thing I think we could do on Python right now. And it potentially could earn you money or earn me money if I run it and I'm good enough. That's my doo-doo. What API are you using for it to read the chart data? Yeah, exactly. So we're using WebSocket data, which is, I guess, a form of an API kind of, but we're using WebSocket data from hyperliquid.xyz. You see the patterns, that's my man. Yeah, we got a little pattern here. We're using hyperliquid.xyz to pull WebSocket data. I'm going to copy this and we are going to just have like, this is the overall idea of this project. So I'd like to have some sort of context engineering. Use random forest in your model? No, this is not a random forest. This is something different. I see, how long have you been working on this right now? For this project, I created this code at work earlier today. So this look and run. So I kind of like, we started it yesterday. And we're already running pretty sophisticated code. So within 2 days, I had the idea that like I wanted to, we'll see if it runs, okay? You ready? We're gonna see if it's running. It's probably gonna have an error, but we'll see. No error so far. Just give it a minute. I'm on LinkedIn, yeah, you want my LinkedIn? I got you guys with the LinkedIn. I'm in the Air Force, so I'm not a quant professionally. There's LinkedIn. What coding language? We're using Python. Yeah, we'll see if it works. All right, you ready? Boom. Data is being collected, sir. These not a numbers, I'm a little bit concerned about the nan, but it might just be because it's like it might literally just be in the sense of that's not a number. Like there's a bunch of nans in there. We will control A. We'll ask AI. Data is the future. This is not Java, this is Python. But yeah, look, we are, we're pulling data. There's probably some bugs for sure that needs to be worked out. It's how advanced do you have to be on Python and start quant trading? I know Python. Yeah, honestly, I don't, I'm not gonna lie to you. You just need to talk to AI and it understands everything. I use my tool and AI knows everything. So you don't really even need to know the syntax. You just need to know what does this software want, what do you want the software to do? Yeah, AI will be your friend. And if you want the software to do something specific, then you can get the code and then you can work with AI to understand what it's outputting. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be better at all of that. Yeah, do you make profits from this? Not yet. We're making the internal tools and all the things that will make us profitable. What are you trying to do with the software? We're trying to reverse engineer the edge from WebSocket data. If that was too lingo-y, let me know. I can break it down a little more, but have you tried Cloud Sonnet? It's pretty good for coding. I have. Is your LinkedIn shared? I think you can, I did share the LinkedIn, but I can share the LinkedIn again, as in it's shared in the chat. What's that mean? Yeah, so it means that we're just collecting this data. You see we have a bunch of data here. We're gonna collect a big file of these numbers, and these numbers are gonna be used with look.py, and it's gonna crunch those numbers into something useful for me. How are you separating IS and OOS when you test signals? Are you doing WFO or backtesting the same data? Unfortunately, you might have thrown out some acronyms that I'm not too familiar with. What are you separating? How are you separating IS and OS when you test signals? I can answer your question pretty quickly here. I'm going to have to just use AI. So we're going to pull this data. I'm going to copy your question. We're going to do that. You ready? Hold on. You stuck around, so I will answer your question. We're going to do a quick answer, so I'm not too sure. I think ChatGPT is the best code so far. In sample, out of sample. Okay. The code provided does not explicitly implement a separation of in-sample or out-of-sample data for testing signals, nor does it explicitly mention walk forward optimization. However, based on the structure and functionality of the script, I can infer how the system handles data for signal. Oh God. Hold on. We have a. So I think you are talking about backtesting, and for some reason it's being real glitchy here. That's crazy. Grok needs to figure that out. Bro, is this for real? Yeah, this is the real deal. We're gonna get a glitchy. I can't read that. It's not readable that way. Yeah, Grok, you need to fix this. We need to fix this. Okay, I can't read this for my man. Okay. I can infer how the system handles data for signal testing and whether it aligns with backtesting or yeah. So you're talking about backtesting principles. We're not backtesting. Yeah, below I address your questions. Just summarize. Let's just summarize it. I don't want to read all that for you, my man. We're not backtesting. Does not explicitly separate in-sample and out-of-sample data for a signal to perform backtesting on the same data set. No walk-forward optimization is implemented. Instead, the entire data set is used for both signal development and evaluation, risking overfitting. Okay, we're risking overfitting. Because we're not necessarily doing backtesting at the end of the day. To enhance robustness, implement cross-validation or reverse bootstrap for, okay. Yeah, I mean, code's never perfect, but we're already finding some issues here yet. Okay, these NANDs are expected and safe. That means not enough information yet. Okay. All right, with the minimum, what you're seeing, why it's okay. Now, Tony, I'm not gonna lie, that was a Grok answer. When I could ask GPT-5, but at the end of the day, I think we're doing something a little bit different. Those acronyms were for backtesting, and when we get to backtesting, we will make sure we implement the gold standard. But right now, we do not. We're just trying to collect the data right now. So we are collecting data. Let's see if we can run teeny patch. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, well, are you shooting for high frequency, short duration trades? 30 seconds to 30 minutes will be what we're kind of looking for right now. You profile my bro who, oh, okay, dope dude. How do you become a quant? Big Daddy is back. you would need to go to college at an Ivy League and have connections in finance in order to become a quant. Or you need to be a top mathematician and coder, top 1% in the world. That's how you. Yeah. Yeah, big data analysis here. And it's small data, let's be real. Like we're doing some little data analysis. But at the end of the day, this would be running in the background 24/7 so that we could always go back and test different things. Like do you think I could be a quant with a CS major? I wouldn't say it's not impossible, but it's going to be, in reality, it's going to be highly unlikely. The probability of you doing that, especially, what's new, Drago? Yeah, we're just continuing that reverse engineering script. We're getting better data now. We're going to have a better, all around our code was upgraded. It's better. I don't want to put the guy down. Okay, he can go for it. You can do things right now that will be quant-like, at home right now. And honestly, if you go in there like, yeah, I've made profitable trading algorithms, blah, 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 they'll be like, oh, cool, maybe, Yeah. Unfortunately, being a quant in the corporate landscape is, it's one of the highest, paying jobs starting out. So it's very competitive. How'd you learn? I've learned via AI. So I use my tool. SCP, I've done big data analysis integration, provide feedback, and it's awesome. Yeah. Data analysis is awesome. Like you could use Python for anything. I should be a finance major? No. You should do a bunch of mathematics and CS. I don't know. Are you at an Ivy League? If you're not, you're cooked. What do you think about prop trading? Quants are finance majors? Okay. Well, if you want to do quant trading, which is kind of what we're doing, you probably need to know coding. What do you think about prop trading? I don't actually know too much. I know prop trading is kind of weird, where it's like you're paper trading. Just make projects, you get better. Exactly. That's all I'm doing here, guys. Like all I'm doing is making useful software at the end of the day. How is math involved in trading? Oh, it's involved. Do you have any credentials? As in me? I'm doing it right now, my man. If that's the credential that you're looking for, we're doing it right now. Okay, we're making a sophisticated quant dev script that does something very useful, which will tell me and AI. At the end of the day, this script is to give AI data. I'm making a condensed version of all of this data to give back to AI so that we can work together in synchronous. You see the numbers and patterns here, right? Yeah, I mean, there's some glitches in here. At the end of the day, I'm trying to compress the knowledge of this data into something that AI can quickly understand and get insight on. Well, Grok is doing something, but I haven't seen you do anything. Okay, Garrett, I am controlling the AI, my man. What do you mean? I am telling Grok what to do. GPT-5 doesn't do anything without me telling it to do anything. Garrett, are you telling AI to do cool things? I don't think so. Quant sounds easy, like something as a CS software could do in a weekend. 100%. Quants. I can't tell if rage bait. Okay, I'm not trying to rage bait anyone. I'm literally doing highly useful things with software right now. Okay? We're collecting data. We're just looking at data, dude. There's no rage bait here. I'm sorry that you don't like that I'm not typing out the code. I'm using my tools that I have here. I'll help you if you want to design a framework that prevents leakage. Oh, okay. Hey, Tony, you want to join the Discord? We're all quants in there. It's free. I know about what you're talking about for sure, Tony. But yeah, if you want to join the Discord, we all talk about stuff like that. I know for sure what you're saying is very valid. Data analysis is not cut and dry. There is all this leakage, there's all this overfitting, there's all these little things that can happen when doing this stuff. So for sure, I'm just getting useful I'm getting my software to run, and then I go back and I make sure that we're not getting some sort of bad data, and we're constantly retesting, rethinking, and it's an iterative loop. But yeah, join the Discord. Yeah, Vibe Quants the Zaddy. We meet again. What's up, Netflix? What's going on? We're the Vibe Quant the Zaddy. What's going on, guys? We're back. We're late night coding. We're getting this look. We're gonna test to see what the output is. Oof. We're gonna just we're gonna redo getting look, because look, you can't prevent overfitting, just ensure valid data. Yeah. I know, there's just okay. What happened to the overfit guy? We're definitely still talking about overfitting, and a lot of we're still on the overfit for sure. We're talking about overfitting again. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, guys. I understand there's a lot of nuance to what I'm doing here, but at the end of the day, I look for the output, and I want my software to do something useful, and I want to quickly get there. It's the ultimate way of doing things. Right, sir, are you unemployed, final boss? I could be. I will be unemployed soon. Quickly. Yeah, we're quickly getting useful software. And I could not type this out as quickly as I'm getting it, nor be as sophisticated with the math and all the understanding, right? So you got to use your tools for... If you didn't know, AI is incredible at mathematics and all of the stuff that we're talking about. It's fully aware of what to do, and you can use it to get incredible code, right? Like what we're doing right here. But yeah, it's not rage bait. I hope I'm not enraging people just by sitting here coding or vibe coding. We're just vibing out. We're just trying to get good signal here. I'm just trying to narrow down the mathematics that we need to use to trade this asset. That's all we're trying to do, because it's an infinite space of mathematics that we could use to trade this. So we're just trying to narrow down and see if there's something that we can see in the data. It's possible that this will not work, but it's okay if it doesn't. Are you using ChatGPT to help with the code? Yes. Do you use Olama agent? No, we don't. I don't use really any agentic thing. GPT-5 is my main go-to thing right now. I'll definitely use other AIs in between. But right now we got GPT-5 as the main one. Thank you for sharing the Mason. Is that Marsh? Yeah. We're quickly doing things here, okay? Because we gotta sign off in a little bit, go to sleep, because we do have work in the morning. Just want to see if we can get we are collecting the data, so I'm gonna run this overnight so that I can get all of the data for get enough data. I don't use order book. I'd recommend trades. It's easiest. No, we're not trying to do things that are easy. We are trying to do things at the most sophisticated level. Yeah, it's really difficult to do this order book math and use trade data. Where I work in the Air Force as a biomedical equipment technician. Garrett, if that's what you wanted to know, I'm a BMet. So nothing to do with what I'm doing here. Yep. Yeah, order book stuff is not easy. It's a lot of crazy math, OFI, order flow imbalances. It's a high frequency signal, but we're trying to make that signal last for 30 minutes. So it's tough. It's not easy. All right, let's see what's going on here. Look. All right, cool. We will run look to see if it's even working. More of that. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Trades can create aggregated features that works better longer. Yeah. So you have valid point there. Yeah, The K-line charts are reducing the noise, and you can just see the long-term signal. Unless you're putting orders on yourself to alter the order book, you have to focus on rotation 20-year experience. What did I miss? Drago. I don't know. So we got some... N thinks this is funny. Asking, as a software developer looking to learn. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, man? Did you ask something before? What development background did you start with? In 2022, I started vibe coding with ChatGPT. That's kind of... Because I saw the writing on the wall. The way you learn code nowadays is going to just be use your tool that you have. So I've been using the tool for a long time, so I know how to get really good code from it. Making something similar to, you'd think, what data is the software using from it? We're using order book and tick level data. That's all we're focusing on. Order book and tick level data from the WebSocket stream. Are you on Twitch? I'm on YouTube. So I record all my things on YouTube because people are interested in seeing how I'm making the code, how it's working. Yeah, we're live right now on YouTube for sure. We have one person over there. But yeah, it's my name, Dylan Siegel. Yeah, we're live right now. We're on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Okay, look, so the code did work. Guys, we ran useful code. I have some sense of what this is. This is kind of so here, let's see if it's good. So we chose to do a JSON output. So we don't have enough data for these edges, but there's enough data for these things. Pull layering orders and call the imbalance closest you can see forward movement. Yeah, we're doing order flow imbalance, my man, for sure. We're looking at order flow, but we're using computers to do it. Yeah, dev is just like coding. Dev. We're developing software. We're developing internal tools to research training algorithms. Like we're doing a lot of things. Data analysis. We're deving. Quant dev is what we call it. What I call it. I don't know if other people call it. Does this seem to return good suggestions? All I kind of crazy and have mine using all data. Does this seem to return good suggestions? You said you're trying to stretch it. Yes, we're trying to see from 30 seconds, and we're looking at each. We're choosing different ones. 30 seconds to 30 minutes is the time frame. So it's, if that you're saying, right? So we have 30 second, we have 60 second, 120 second, 300 second, 600 second, 1200 second, 1800 second. Okay, maybe 30 minutes got lost in the sauce. By the time you're aggregating order flow imbalance features that long, the info content is already arbed away. Yes, but there is certain math that we can extend the edge to. That's for sure. I already have something on my GitHub that you can look at. I'm my GitHub, but I don't know. You can look at it. There's ways to extrapolate that short. If you can predict in the short term, there's a way to extrapolate that further out. We're trying to figure this out. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, the decay of the edge happens and people quickly buy it. But yeah, there's a lot of mathematics involved in what we're going to end up doing. Okay, let's see what happened here. High level verdict. You don't have a tradable statistical defensible edge. Okay, but we've only been running for a little bit. Okay, several diagnostics say the feature plumbing isn't stable yet. Okay, tick detection failed. Shock detector over firing. Tail. Okay. At 60 seconds, AOC is 0.592. Breer is 0.239. Okay, so we have some promising. Yeah, decays fast. You're going against firms. Yeah, exactly. We're not trying to go quick here, but we are using quick signals in our algorithm as well. So we want to be able to read quickly, but also have some way to make it look. Code a mevbot, buddy. Error compounds. We're compounding the error. No, we'll figure this out. Okay. Noise swamps your signal. Yeah, there's a lot of noise. So yeah, we're talking about all of the the issues with this, right? And that's why we're trying to do so much research before we just start deploying algos, is because we are trying to figure out something that's very difficult. And companies, spend a lot of money figuring this out in this data. So we're just trying to do that as well. We're trying to filter the noise and get a good trade signal. Yeah, that's what trading algorithm is. You need to research a lot of things. And that's what we're doing. This is exactly that. This is a research project right here. That's, we're researching the order, the WebSocket data. The noise is swamping the signal. Let's see. And 100% this delay and, okay. Usually when I'm running things like this, I have to synchronize my clock, and I have a script that does that. So it's, so I'm synchronizing to a server. Otherwise, what's Quant Dev? Yeah, Quant Dev is, we're just, we're trying to make a profitable trading algorithm. Everything that would be included in that. So there's a lot of different things, but in order to make a profitable trading algorithm, you need to do a lot of data analysis and a lot of research and a lot of mathematics. So that's what Quant Dev is. And we're using code, Python code, to do that. Trust, it's just better to use tick data. Okay, and easier to understand. MJ, I understand what you're saying. Just use the order book, but at the end of the day, I'm using both. These are my market primitives. If I'm just looking at trades, then I can't see where the trade might end up, because that's where the order book data comes in. This could trade Forex, yeah. The trading algorithm that works off order book and tick level data would be able to trade basically most assets. So you use OCaml? No, we're using Python. No OCaml. No OCaml. But I know that one company does OCaml. Oh, see, I don't know when I'm profitable in trading because of PyTorch and MLP. Okay, have you tried making MLPs? I'm not sure what, machine learning? I'm not sure what that acronym stands for. Verk, I'm not sure when you sent that. I don't know how long. There's 2 people in YouTube, so if Verk, you're still there, maybe you can clarify. I'm not too sure. PyTorch definitely is going to help. I could probably ask AI, like, hey, how can we use PyTorch to better pull the context from this? You can, because the trades everything that hits the market. MJ, I would highly suggest looking into order flow and balance. That is a, how long does it generally take for someone to become a quant developer? Are you talking about in corporate land, like corporate sense? Because it's constantly researching. Even if you have a profitable trading algorithm, you need to constantly be researching your next edge, because edge ends up decaying. The market is non-stationary, things change, and certain edge ends up not working. Privately, I guess? Oh, Pillow, you could do it right now, my man. You can literally say, AI, I want to make a script. If you're aiming for 30 to 30 minute RN, you should pivot to features that are strictly more persistent. Okay, Tony. Then raw OFI. Yeah, yes, I know. OFI, but OFI is always going to be in my trading algorithm. It's one of those edges that has not decayed. It's looking at the most. I understand it's like a decaying quick, but there's a way to use OFI and within my math. Yep. I do have a LinkedIn, Rot. Do you need my LinkedIn? I have a LinkedIn. I actually have a LinkedIn pulled up right here because people like LinkedIning me for some reason. LinkedIn is the most corporate thing. We're trying to entrepreneur quant dev. There's my LinkedIn if you want to LinkedIn me. All right, we're gonna see if we can't get a better look data file here. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, of course, Pillow. And I appreciate everyone, throwing my heads up. But for sure, OFI is always gonna be in part of my algorithm because OFI is like, it's really good. There's a way to use OFI style math and to make that edge decay less. But yeah, appreciate the likes too. There's 46 people in here somehow, but we're all out here trying to quant dev, man. Like we're not. It's a constant learning. Okay, so it ran. I'm gonna run it again. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna do the diagnostic, but I'm gonna do this. You ready? We're gonna run it again just to make sure. Where did you put your LinkedIn? It's literally, I think it's one comment above yours. I don't know if it didn't work. I'll do this. You ready? There you go. Hopefully that helped. It's just Dylan-G-Siegel. But yeah, all right, we got our condensed token stuff here. We're going to have AI read this for us because that was the whole point of the script, is to literally give ChatGPT a sense of what the data is. This is a new wave of data analysis. The output is not for me, but it is for ChatGPT 5 to look at. And I can kind of see what's going on here. Okay, so we almost have the 1800. No arguments with OFI being a core. Yeah. OFI definitely is. I constantly keep coming back with OFI. It's great. It's a great indicator. How did become Quant? I became Quant on my own, sir, through. And literature is pretty clear. Its predictive power is very short. Yeah, but maybe so go to ChatGPT 5, Tony, and be like, hey, how can I take OFI and extrapolate that signal further out into the future? And there's ways to do it. So you can research it. It's very interesting stuff. It decay. Yes, you're talking about specific OFI. You're talking about like the most core OFI math. There's different OFI math out there. There's unlimited OFI math. Okay? Scale on Coinbase. There's a lot of different math. There's so much math out there, guys, that you might be limiting yourself to just thinking that OFI is that math. But this OFI math that I'm using might be slightly different. It's a lot of math. Okay, let's see what happened here. Great, this looks healthy, no parsing issues, NAND's handled, and the numbers are telling a clear story, okay. What this token says, microstructure, okay. Coverage, all right, edges are weak, negative. Okay, edges are negative after cost. Okay, we might need to adjust this formula. There's something with my cost and the edge, and it's just giving me big negative numbers. Yeah, so more negative, okay. What type of questions to ask ChatGPT? Exactly, that's going to be your own prerogative to know what to ask ChatGPT 5. If you want to do what I'm doing, you're going to be asking ChatGPT 5, like, how do I make a trading algorithm? What are the steps involved? What type of research are we going to do? I can't code Python. Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, ChatGPT will give you the entire code. As long as you're knowledgeable about running the code, and that's all you really need to know how to do is literally run Python code and VS Code. Only do basic project. Yeah. Just step it up. Just go straight to quant dev. Try making trading algorithms. Pull in WebSocket data. Do some data analysis. Collect some data. Yeah, you'll get really good at certain things. Like it'll level you up for sure. 100%. You can't just. That's why everyone's coming in here and being like, "No, you can't do this. Oh, no, there's no way to do this." You get bad answers from ChatGPT-5. I'm like, I'm not getting bad answers. I'm getting great answers. The way you prompt ChatGPT-5 is key. Yes, O5 is my favorite, is my formulations, but they all measure short-lived pressure. Yeah, Tony. Here, I'll do it right now. Here, how to. Here, I want novel OFI-based math that looks at market primitives and gives a signal 30 minutes into the future. So extrapolate the short term into a long, profitable trade signal. So this would literally be what I'd be, the exact formulas run causal bar marks out one, the net fees latency, so apply y, r, and c, Hansen, SPA across the variance. If the OSI survives beyond a few seconds after costs, I'd be impressed. Yeah. It's noise. Yeah. Well, we're working it again, so we have the output here. This is what we've output. And then, of course, it's a constant iterative process, right? It's going to be hard for ChatGPT-5 to have one-shot perfect data analysis script. So we're going back and we're talking about, okay, how do we improve this signal? And this is what that's about, right? So, and we're going to output the new code file. But yeah, let's get a quick answer here about the novel O5-based math that does exactly what I was talking about. For 30 seconds, you need different drivers. Yeah, I know. Look, this was a concept project, and it could just be a total fail, but we have to try. And I'll literally get something running, and we'll know that it's not working, and I'll move on. Like, it's going to be pretty simple. Like, I've spent 2 days on this project. I got exactly what I needed. I've tried creating a novel order flow imbalance-based mathematical model to generate a 30-minute future signal for short-term trading that extrapolates into long-term profits, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's possible. This is a high-level approach as developing a fully implementable model requires. I don't like how it's glitching like that. That's not cool. It's not cool to glitch like that. I'm trying to read. So, okay, so DWOFI model here. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Tony, if you're still here. This would be a OFI based that looks at multi-time frame analysis and gives you a 30-minute predictive signal. Obviously, it's probably layered math on here, but it's 100% possible to use OFI at a longer time frame. Now, I would have to test this to see if it's actually decent, but I could be like, hey, iterate, make it better. Right? So I can always, are you in industry? No, we're doing it at the retail level. For retail quant dev. So you can constantly keep iterating on you don't ever have to accept the first thing. And also you can ask, AI can actually run through a mental mathematics. You can be like, hey, run this math through simulated WebSocket data, see how it reacts to different regimes, what's the monoticity of it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's emergent ability in AI to do great math. So okay, Hawk's enhanced OFI calculation. So this would probably, I know for a fact this is a lot better because it's going to use Hawk's. But yeah, this is the way here. You can do, yeah, it's not going to survive after fees, costs, and slippage latency. That's the thing. Well, a 30-minute signal, yes, a 30-minute signal will survive all of that. That's the whole point. That's why we have to go further out. 30 seconds, 100% will not survive much. Unless you, yeah, that's the whole challenge. Like, that's part of the challenge when it comes to trading algorithms at the retail level. We have these fees, we have these slippage, so it's part of the challenge, and I incorporate that into the math for sure. This is probably why this is not getting good signals, because we overestimated the fees. And then, or I don't know what we did here, but we'll figure it out. It's thinking. It's thinking. We have some great math here. Oh, look, it's going to do some AI stuff. All right, let's do the emergent. Okay, iterate, run through 5 novel ideas, give them a profitability score, and we will keep iterating. So yeah, there's a way to get AI to give you just tons of edge, just constant edge. There's no, it's endless amounts of edge. Hey, appreciate the follow, Kai. So this is one of those new things I do. I have it run through like 5 novel ideas, have it score like a profitability score. Now Grok tends to, using Grok, well, we're trying to use Grok. It seems to be glitching. We're using Grok right now just to show everyone like my ideation. Once you aggregate to 30 minutes, you're not measuring Q imbalance anymore, you're picking up. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we will, at the most fundamental, Tony, we're going to see if I can make a trading algorithm. You can stop back in to see if I'm profitable. I'm going to document it, but all of what you see is the process to that, right? I'm going to figure it out. We're going to find the right mathematical formula. I already have good skeleton code for trading algorithms. I just wanted a way to kind of narrow the search space and see if this was even possible, right? It might be an impossible task what I'm trying to get AI to do, like extract the edge. So we'll see. I mean, it's giving us this data here. It's telling us, yeah, fees are going to crush your soul. I might just need to be saying like, hey, don't even look at 30 seconds. Look at 5 minutes to 30 minutes. That might help. Got it. Thanks for sharing that, but it's careful review data. Okay. All right, we're going to redo ChatGPT 5's understanding. Yes, I'm 100% self-taught. I just use AI to do everything, dude. Literally just use AI for everything. Okay, we are going to iterate on this code because it wasn't giving us that great. We're going to remove the 30 seconds because that is fundamentally 30 seconds is going to be too quick for what I need here. So we're going to rerun our data analysis script. We're going to get our compression. So we have our file here, but we're going to do this. I'm going to give ChatGPT my entire code base right now, so that we can just take a look. Take a look at what the data's saying. I'm going to give it the ID as well. This might be too long for it, but we'll see. Nice, bro. Gives me hope. Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, honestly, everyone's capable of so much more than what they're thinking. You can use AI to literally do the most complicated things. It's unlocked the ability for anyone to do very sophisticated mathematics, very sophisticated code. You can do it all. I'm running the craziest script right here. I don't even know if this is a real quant thing. Like trying to extract the edge. Okay. Is software engineering still worth the pursuit? Yeah. I mean, for your own, I appreciate the heart. don't know when you send that, Mikey Best, but yeah, it's still worth it. I don't know about it's worth pursuing. I mean, look, it's worth pursuing, dude. I'm doing it right now for fun. Okay. All these vibe coders are ridiculous. Can't handle critical thinking for themselves. Really? I think we're leveling up the vibe coding community here by not actually using agentic coding and guiding the AI directly to what I need it to do. So we are using critical thinking. We're using a new tool here, and we're learning how to use the emergent capabilities of this new tool. So we're actually very critically thinking about how to use this tool instead of just agentic coding where it's like, do this. We're doing this here. All right, let's see what we can get from this. Let's see when you hit a bug. Kai, I record all my streams. We are running a very sophisticated, so you would think, right? I have 700 lines of code here and 1,000 lines of code here. We might have some bad data, but it's running. Like we're running the code. We are collecting data. The code is running, guys, and I built this within 1 hour and 55 minutes. I'm a game scripter, but always interested in AI. Yeah, AI is definitely cool. I would start. My code base is small, but my code is highly niche to what I want it to do. I understand you probably working with giant code bases, but I don't need a giant code base to do my data analysis here, okay? Yes, I understand, Kai, if you're working in a large code base, you're gonna run into errors with AI, 100%. But at the end, AI will inevitably hit a wall. You can't get too competed. Yeah, okay, well there are so you're talking about a constraint with the context of the model, right? If the AI had a 10 million, context window, you could put the whole code in there and it would fully understand the code. That's what you're fundamentally running into an issue where the code base is too big to put into its memory. So you just need to have a way to compartmentalize. So right now, code bases are not designed to be, nodes for putting, you're approaching it wrong. No, see, with the wrong framework. If you have a large code base, I would fundamentally design it around the AI context window. Output deteriorates with context increases. Yes. And it's very valid, but at the end of the day, my quant dev stuff is not large code base, and fundamentally I can fit all of my code into the context window. So I've run into none of these issues that you're talking about. You're talking about web development stuff. Employed by the Air Force. Blickstein. The largest corporation on the planet. Yes, Quant's use AI, but my process is wrong. I'm probably doing something that's completely out of whack, right? This was an esoteric reverse engineer the edge. I didn't know if it was possible or not. It works good, yeah. Yeah, we're doing things here, guys. Let's see how different. Okay. Look, I had no idea if this was possible, okay? Where do you work in Quant? I work in the United States Air Force Quant team. I'm just joking. I do Quant as hobbyist level retail stuff. First thing you should have done is started with a hypothesis like, does OFI predict next tick? Well, I already know OFI does. I've already done that. I've been down that rabbit hole. Oh, well, okay, minus net cost, okay. The thing is, that wouldn't work. You would need to do what I said here. I need novel OFI-based math that predicts within the 30 minutes, right? Layer on different mathematical things that help extrapolate that signal further out. And that's, no matter what, I'm layering math together for my trading algorithm, right? So OFI is definitely going to be in there, but not in the traditional sense. It's going to be maybe a Hawks-based or quantum-enhanced DWOFI. I'm doing something new, guys. So we're all learning. Obviously, there's a traditional way of doing things, and then there's this, kind of just like having an idea and then getting the software to see if that idea would work. There's the purpose of this project or goal. The purpose is to reverse engineer the edge from WebSocket data. Actually means in your pipeline, apply tight minimal patches so your code targets 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to reverse engineer the edge. This is a concept. Gen Z? Vibe coding or learn coding? No, we're 100% vibe coding. Like we're not learning the nitty gritty here. We're learning how to design a trading algorithm. Pillow, 100%. Yeah, you tell them. 100 mil a week goal. We're gonna start clickbaiting everyone. My 100 mil a week trading algo script. No, at the end of the day, like we want to create a software that trades profitably on the markets, right? It could be broadly markets, but we're looking at crypto. That's our end goal, okay? It's a very simple goal. And yeah, it's a simple idea, but very difficult to achieve that goal because this is with hypotheses. Yes, and I've done so much hypothesizing. And I have, Tony, I have that way. I have a way of creating very sophisticated trading algorithms, essentially 1 to 2 shot from AI. I've done it in the past. I've showed my GitHub code right here, did it. We're moving away from that because you are data snooping. Yeah, we're trying to snoop in the data. Hell yeah, we want to snoop in the data. Look, if I can snoop into the data and see like, oh, this edge would have worked really well in this situation. Oh, in this regime, this math would have done extremely well here. Of course we're data snooping. We're looking all over the data to extract the edge. At the end of the day, we need to record the data and snoop into the data. We're snooping. We're snooping hard. What data though? Excuse me, yeah, so we're looking at this CSV file. This data is a bunch of different feature engineering things, and there's a lot. There's so many that it would take, like 30 minutes probably to explain each one. But it's a lot of data here, and we're analyzing it. Pure reverse engineering fails. Okay, Tony, you gotta tell me because that's what we were doing. You're talking about all sorts of different things. What's up, not there? To Base blockchain? Okay, it's so much easier. But does Base let me trade futures? I know what you're saying. Base is like the Coinbase thing. Is it like Jupiter? False positives? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tony. Even when I ask for math in like the trading algorithms space with AI, it's an infinite search space. So we're trying to narrow it down. We're trying to narrow down infinity. Okay? Is it impossible? I will find out pretty soon. If this isn't working, then I will move on. Literally tomorrow I'll be working on something different. Hey, thank you, Pillow. Appreciate it. Right? At the end of the day, I don't know if reverse engineering the edge will work. I'm going to try to do it, and we're going to try extremely hard to do it. It seems as though AI isn't really pushing back too hard. There is definitely a way to do it. It seems like it's not telling me that I can't do it. It's giving me extremely good code and ideas to do it. So Grok would tell me Grok would hallucinate, but GPT-5 is good at telling you like, oh, this is not a possible task, but this is, if you paste these patches, you'll get a token and a recipe that actually reflects a 5 to 30 minute edge. You want to reverse engineer. Yeah, it's telling me I can do it, okay? Why do you want to trade futures? Because I'm just trying to, we want to have an algorithm that can take a smaller account and grow it, and we need to use leverage. And it's also just, that's kind of the goal. Smaller account to a bigger account. So in order to do that, you'll need to use leverage. The more you pay them, the models are sick. They will never tell you have a bad idea. No, GPT-5 will tell you you have a bad idea. Yes. you were right. GPT-4o would be like, yeah, you're doing a great thing. You could definitely do it. No, GPT-5 will be like, no, this is not possible. If it's illegal, okay. Well, this isn't illegal, thankfully. I understand, yeah. If I'd be like, yeah, how do I like look at network stuff? I'd be like, you're crazy for trusting language models written by profit-motivated tech companies. Well, okay, I guess I'm crazy then. I don't know. You will never receive tick data fast enough to act on that edge. Yeah, no, but that's why we're looking at like 5 to 30 minute edge. We're edging at 5 to 30 minutes, dude. We're not looking at the quickness, okay? We're not trying to compete with speed. We're just simply, we're looking at slower edge. AI creates the code and the ideas, but at the end of the day, the software itself, the math that we code into Python will execute the trades. You're on the right, yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I need to be doing in order to make a profitable trading algorithm. So I know there's going to be mistakes made, and there's probably going to be some 5 to 3 minute signal to noise ratio collapses. Are you for what though, Tony? We're trying to literally narrow down the infinite math space so that we can see which math would give us that thing. So we're not actually looking at anything that would be collapsing. Yeah, 5 to 30 minute edge. Is there something wrong with that edge? Long-term OFI is not a thing, unfortunately. Actually, I have a whole thing here saying that we can do it. It's when I say OFI edge, you're gonna have layers of different math in there, okay? So it is possible to use OFI to trade beyond microseconds and seconds. Trust me, dude, I know for a fact that this is possible with yes, it's possible to use order flow and balance to trade beyond microseconds and second time frames, such as 30 minutes horizon you're targeting. Now, this is Grok, by the way. What's up, LT? They're telling me I'm crazy. Feasibility and longer trading OFI, which captures the net pressure of aggressive buys versus sell orders in the limit order book, is inherently a high frequency signal due to its sensitivity to immediate liquidity dynamics. However, its predictive power can extend to longer horizons. Yes, y'all have not dived deep, and it's glitching. They are crazy. They think OFI can't be longer than they're thinking so narrow-minded. They're so narrow-minded. We have to expand our minds and understand that there's things you can do. Okay, math. You talk about just OFI though, my man. We're not doing just OFI. We're using OFI in a different way. Like we are looking at the basics of OFI, but we're extending that beyond. There is challenges and limitations. Yes, there's challenges. In HFE, OFI excels at microseconds due to direct order book access. So, and then the data and edge. Retail traders lack HFT microseconds. Okay, there are definitely challenges. Doesn't mean it's impossible, right? We not crazy, bro. You're validating with an AI model. It's okay. Look, guys, you can check back on my thing. We're definitely going to be using OFI. Everyone's just always trying to shut me down, right? For some reason, the internet has a way of being like, you're doing something stupid and wrong, just don't do it. But like, I'm chasing my dreams here, guys. Even if it's not gonna work, I'm gonna learn so much about what I'm doing here that I'll eventually find what works. But it's your opinion that that math is flawed. But in my opinion, there is 100% ways to layer on different math to extend that signal out. And that's why we're building out these data analysis platforms so that we can test before we launch live, my man. We're building out, not an opinion if there's research on it. Yes, I know. And AI knows about that research. The AI has been trained on that research. So I would say comments are almost always negative. I know, Jenna. Lose all your money, bro. It's not worth doing something that has a high chance of not working. It's okay, guys. Look, I'm taking a risk by doing this for sure. It's risky. It's risky to put your money into an algorithm. You have to test it and do your things, right? There's certain things you can do to mitigate the risk, by paper trading it. The keyword almost negative because they don't see the big picture. Exactly. They're hyper focused on the OFI, that's super quick edge. Edge is a very broad term. It's just like what math can, give you a good predictable signal. No, okay, Tony, that's not exactly what I'm doing. I proved to you that it's possible to do that. We're not necessarily just looking at OFI. You're very narrow-minded. We're looking at all types of math. Yep. You feel like Tony Stark? No. I'm just trying to get this. I'm just trying to see if this will work. First off, there is no possible edge. If there was one, the trading app would have gotten in front of already. Okay. You're saying edge doesn't exist? That's okay if you think that. Jarvis made me, the trading algorithm makes millions. Hell yeah, Phoenix. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what we're trying to get at. We're just trying to get to Jarvis level trading algorithm, okay? To prevent this. Well, the way they prevent this is by just having low frequency, like super high frequency. Do you need A6 actually? Yeah. To compete with those hedge funds, yes, you need all of that. I agree. You need direct market access, no fee trading. Yeah, exactly. You need all that to compete with high frequency trading. But at the end of the day, I'm just doing the retail at the highest level right now, okay? We're just trying to extract my edge, okay? Ah, shoot. Nope. Why did you decide this network? Did ChatGPT tell you? So this is the only one I can use to trade leverage on. And I have access to their data, or their historical data, high frequency historical data. That's why I chose Hyperliquid. Great to see someone actually in the arena respect. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, of course. Look, I'm doing something that's impossible according to everyone on the internet, so we'll see if I can do the impossible. But it's possible that it's not possible. Okay, I appreciate it, Adrian. See you guys. See you later, Adrian. Call it now. Yeah, LT. It's possible. It's Superman. Thanks for the follow, Jenna. It's possible. I make a bridge bot if you want to edge for a better network like Ethereum. Oh, okay. So you're talking about Base, right? Can you do high frequency with like blockchain-based trading, like meme coin stuff? Is that what you're getting at? Not there. Is that why Base is good? I just want to trade leverage though. That's the thing. We're not retail HFT. We're just retail doing quant dev stuff. Okay, quant retail dev. Yeah, it's not possible because you're trying to use noisy order book for edge. We're filtering the noise, dude. We're doing different math to filter the noise. Okay. Y'all have for some reason are fixated on something that literally this is 1,000 lines of code. And I'm sure there's 100 different mathematical formulas we're looking at. We're looking at VPIN. We're looking at all this other stuff, all this other things, okay? Yeah, 100%. No one's literally running actual code. I'm running actual code, doing something that's quote unquote impossible, and I'm running code and it's working. Like I'm getting a good signal. We have our condensed, we have what we wanted, the output. This is very sophisticated. This is literally, an AI could use this to make a trading algorithm, or at least see what the edge is in the data. We're doing it right here. We're literally doing the reverse engineering the edge right now, something that people are saying it's impossible, you can't do it. And actually, look, the data is saying that, yeah, the edge is not profitable. Okay, so that's what we want to confirm. And we are probably, the 2 times we ran, it was saying, yeah, the edge is not profitable after fees. Okay, that's great. I wanted that data. I have that data. I have the ability to look at that data and confirm. So that's the whole point. but we're gonna get some good edge. Where do I start to understand this? Yes, 80. I got you, dude. I got you. Where do you start? You're gonna start by following me, and essentially just start talking to ChatGPT 5. Slide me the algo once you start printing, right, Phoenix? Well, you follow along. I'm doing all this live. I record all my content, Glevena 80 and Phoenix. I share all the code. We'll start working on the edge as soon as I have as soon as we move on from this project. Like this literally takes 1 to 2 days to iterate. I get the data, we move on, okay? We're gonna go back to cleaning my high frequency data. You can make a UI and coin scanner to scan coins and, okay, but not there. What's the latency like when trading on a blockchain like that? Is there leverage? I could find out right here. I was doing it. So we're gonna see, can you high frequency trade on base as a retail guy, like with normal internet? On base, the Ethereum layer 2 blockchain? Yes, exactly. Okay, so layer 2 is not gonna be in a high frequency. You paying fees? Oh shoot, the fees are there, okay. Data snooping first, validation later. You're just guaranteeing overfitting and disappointment. Tony, I appreciate you trying to guide me away from this code, but don't worry. The way I code is we get the data within like a couple days. Like I'm not gonna spend most coders spend weeks on an idea. I'm literally gonna spend probably today, and then once I get the data, I'm done with it, and then we move forward. Like if this was a failing project, we just move forward. We just keep going, okay? And we're gonna move. We're obviously moving towards the backtesting aspect, so we're gonna get into that, and then we'll just have a bunch of different algorithms to test backtesting and just quickly iterate on that way. That's obviously probably the best way to do it. The higher the fees, the faster you trade, execute. Oh, for real. So the more you pay, the quicker you can. That's stupid. I'm all about not paying a bunch of money. Okay, I see what you're saying. So execution speed is not true. Okay. So I'm sure it's getting there. What you doing? We're trying to reverse engineer the edge from this data. Okay, we're trying to take all this data here and make it into a condensed file like this, which we're doing right now, right? And then this will essentially say, hey, this edge was profitable and this was not profitable. So we're just trying to do some things. We're hacking into the Pentagon. No, we're not doing that. Doesn't work in crypto because of fees. Yeah, we're not trying to do high frequency. I just wanted to see, can you do it? And clearly you can't do it with the base network. But I move on to my next question, which will be, why would I even want to trade on base? Is it like a meme coin thing? Like I know base has just started out, so it's like why though? I got my Hyperliquid. How much do you leverage AI when coding? Like so much. It's the 100%, Hashim, 100% leveraging AI. I could not do what I'm doing without AI. Like I'm completely reliant on AI. It's okay to be completely reliant. You have to use the tools that you have. If AI wasn't good at something, I would have to find a workaround. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah. So you're meme coin trading essentially on meme coin trading. All right, let's see what it thought here. What file is this? So this is look. Does not run. Okay, we'll try the new look. I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna try looking again. I would start with a clear hypothesis about microstructure should persist. Yeah, I mean, my man, you can, yes, I would go back and watch some of my videos if you're interested in my ideation when it comes to creating trading algorithms. AI is very good at that hypothesizing, okay? And then I design the data so it's strictly causal, yeah. I always prompt it with like, okay, we're using order book, yeah. Tony, I mean, It seems like you're pretty interested in quant deving. Why don't you try it at home and see if you can get a profitable trading algorithm, unless you're not interested, but it's pretty interesting, right? Unless you're already doing that, I don't know. But Tony, the whole point is to find the holy grail of edge here, okay? Try it at home. If it survived cost slippage testing, yeah. And Tony, and whatever you're saying right now is like the perfect prompt. You'd be like, okay, I need this, and this, here are my constraints. We need to explore different math that could help me trade the blah, blah, blah. I'm impatient. Can you please get this working? Okay, Morgan, I feel you, dude. I feel you. It's going to be a slow process. I mean, it's going to be quick. Like, probably by, I don't know, probably by next month, I'll have the back testing going. Yeah, join the Discord if you want to follow along. But let's be real. It's going to, like, I'm doing this right now. You got to take it one step at a time. All right, let's see what Look did. Here's my trade recipe. Here's the condensed token. And this is diagnostic, but we'll just do some diagnostic in there. Might as well. So we're just gonna review the data. Try it at home. Yeah, I'm baby. So yeah, I do use my provider as database. Okay. IG, but it really matter because base generated new block every 2 seconds. Okay, so every 2 seconds is the latency. Tony, try it at home. You could still, okay, Tony, you could try it at home. You could get a server in the cloud to reduce your latency. You could co-locate your own server, choose which Amazon web server center to target the exchange, blah, blah, blah. You could do it at home, dude. Do it at home. DIY. Yeah. You can definitely do things to reverse to reduce your latency. And obviously it would be, doing some EC2 instances on AWS probably. Yeah, you can target a server center that's near the exchange, so you kind of know where it is. How do you find profit? Do I find profit with algos? Well, we'll find out. Currently, it's an unknown, but we're definitely gonna find out if we can. That's our goal. That's the end goal, and we're not there yet. The closest, okay. So like East, AWS, whatever that is, the East one. Oh, Aurora? Okay, interesting. That's if you were targeting a non-crypto exchange. Not East, use a subnet, okay. Yeah, it's very known where the servers are and like where to place or where you can rent servers. And I'm sure you can even like, there's probably a co-located service for, reducing your latency, like pushing to a broker that's near the thing. So there's ways to do it. Like if I find that I need that latency reduced, then I'm going to have to figure that out. Live action role play. Hell yeah. Okay. No deployable edge. Okay. Reliability is inverted. Likely cause. Okay, so we have some inverted things. There's some errors here, guys. It's okay. We're LARPing. This code's fake. It's all synthetic data. I tricked everyone. Synthetic. This is not even real. We never connected to the WebSocket. Switch, there are so many more docs for base. Okay. Are you talking to me? You're trying to convert me to Base? Base doesn't have a Hyperliquid exchange though. That's the issue. If Base had something very similar to Hyperliquid, then I would trade on it for sure. This is all a simulation. Where? Dunks? I'm not sure where it means. Okay, the short answer is we're not doing the impossible, but you're trying one of the hardest things in liquid markets, a net positive 5 to 30 minute taker viable edge from LOB flow. Okay. Most naive versions fail. The fact that you're global. Okay, so this does tell me that we're narrow-minded in the scope that what we're looking at. This is probably why we're failing here. The fact that your global edge is negative. Okay. I wanted to look at all edge, not there. Testing signals and gets arbed out by firms with now. Yeah. You don't understand how it works, bro. Base is way more simpler. But hold on, not there. Does Base have something like Hyperliquid? That's the thing. Base does not have a decentralized futures tradable platform yet. Where am I storing the historical data? Hyperliquid hosts historical data on their S3 bucket. Yeah, because they could do whatever they want in India. Yep. The historical data is just stored in the CSV for what we're doing. Crow is the best, guys. CRO. LT needs you to buy Crow and pump it. I JIT compile my Python functions using them, but then pre-cache them. Okay. Yeah, that's the new wave. I'm using 3.1, 3.6, so. Yeah, JIT compile. I leave you, bro. Okay. Cremo. I leave you be bother. Some of us working in real. Yes, I do work in reality tomorrow as well. I'm going to sign off soon too, guys. Yeah, I'm going to sign off on YouTube here.